Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
All right, welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us where you live and what you do for a living.
I'm Steve Turano. I live in Clearwater, Florida, and I'm the owner of CBD Botanical Therapy. We make topical and ingestible CBD products.
Awesome. So how did you get the idea for this business?
Great question. Back in 2014, I was in California and I stepped into the THC vape manufacturing business. And for 5 years, we manufactured vape cartridges and tried to get a license. That was somewhat of a challenge, as it is in any state. And after about 5 years, the time and effort and expense and politics just became too much. And we missed a license by that much. And after 5 years of spending money and time, I handed that operation over to a gentleman and said, listen, you can do this. I'm out of here. I came back to Florida, and I knew CBD was going to be a big opportunity. So we started selling CBD, manufacturing and selling CBD products.
Awesome. So most of your business today, is it e-commerce? Do you have like a retail store? Like, what does that look like for you?
It's primarily e-commerce, and that's good and bad. You don't need a brick and mortar location. You can't be shut down during COVID. But as you, I'm sure, are quite familiar, internet marketing with the millions and possibly billions of websites out there, it's hard to get eyes on your website and your products. So that's probably our biggest challenge with internet marketing. But we are primarily online stores. Once in a while, we get people who swing by our location or our facility, friends, family, people who call in saying, hey, I can't find you. And I'm going, that's because we don't have a brick and mortar, but you're welcome to come by our facility. We've got product here. We'll sell it to you.
For sure. So I guess like you mentioned, right, that marketing can be a challenge. So from that standpoint, is it partially because of, some of the restrictions on Meta or things like that, or is it more of just because the space is so crowded?
It's a combination of both. I think if you're a large enough company, I don't want to name them, but if you're a large, publicly traded, well-funded company, you can advertise on Facebook or Instagram. Because if I look up a competitive CBD company, boom, my Facebook feed is loaded with it. But we are restricted because we don't have a $100,000 a month budget. And also, I think because the industry's gotten a little bit of a bad rap. Once anything new comes out, every ham and egger jumps in. The quality of the product isn't good. The price of the product is exorbitant. And now a lot of people who wanted to try it, who are hoping for good benefits, don't receive that. So now you've got a combination of a few big players monopolizing the market, people who have tried the product, very disappointed, and won't try it, or they won't try it again. And again, there's a little bit of science associated with CBD. So it's a lot of these things. And then finally, it's finding a reputable SEO or internet marketing company that can actually do something for you for your money.
For sure. So I guess as of now, right, like you mentioned, these challenges of marketing, but like what has worked so far? I mean, has it been like word of mouth or maybe some, Google ads? Like how have you gotten your business to, sell products to your customers?
Another good question, and you're not even going to believe it. It's been TikTok. It really has been. We've probably got about maybe 32,000 followers on TikTok. And that, to me, that was a surprise. I thought TikTok was sort of a teenage platform, but it's not. It's got a tremendous amount of content on a wide variety of topics. So therefore, it's got a pretty wide age range. So I started putting out TikTok content, informational videos about THC, CBD, things people don't know or understand. And we started getting a following, and it definitely helped generate sales.
So as of now, like how many followers do you have on TikTok?
I think we've got about 32,000 followers on TikTok, and I've got to figure out how to set up a TikTok store or allow people to order through TikTok. I haven't done that yet. I got to put that on my to-do list. But like I said, I'll be honest with you, TikTok, my limited knowledge of social media, my limited knowledge about understanding how the internet works has been more effective than the tens of thousands of dollars we have paid internet marketing companies.
For sure. So in terms of marketing, do you guys do things like email, segmentation or email marketing? It's like, what does that channel look like for you?
We do. We have obviously an email list, so I probably send out an email newsletter maybe once a month. Usually, it's some type of topical information, a few paragraphs about THC or CBD, something that people either don't understand or don't know about, or explain something further. And that probably generates an order here or there. It just keeps us in sight, out of sight, out of mind. But like I said, it really is. It's our TikTok presence that has, like, to my surprise, generated the most interest. It really has, because again, you have a video that might have 5,000 views, and once in a while I'll hit on a video topic, eating marijuana, that gets 500,000 or 1 million views, and I'm not in it for the views. I'm in it for the revenue. So again, 1 million views doesn't mean anything to me if it doesn't generate any sales. 5,000 views sounds great if it generates 5 or 6 sales. But that's really what's been the best. It's again, informational videos on TikTok, and I hate to say this, CBD videos don't generate a lot of views because people aren't really that interested in CBD, but they're definitely interested in THC. But again, it sort of trickles over into CBD. It helps our Google ranking. And when you Google CBD or CBD botanical therapy or CBD products or CBD gummies in the Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete area, we come up first.
For sure. But I guess, like, how do you make sure that like those videos convert to sales? Like, do you track that, say, okay, this video exploded, like it went viral. How many people from that video actually went to your website and bought?
I don't know how to do that. It's sort of hard to tell, because the gentleman who is our webmaster doesn't really get involved in that. I get a certain number of metrics. I can see how many people have come to the website, how many people have left, how many new customers we have. But it's really hard to tell if you pump out 10 to 15 videos a month, like which video did that. Was it the video you put out on Tuesday and you got 2 orders on Tuesday or 3 orders on Tuesday, or was it the video you put out on Friday? So it's really difficult for me. There might be plenty of other people out there with better skill levels than me, but like I said, I don't really worry too much about it. I just keep pumping out content, putting out videos, and realize that was a topic that people really weren't that interested in, even though I thought it was. But I just keep putting out new videos.
For sure. So what's on your agenda for 2024? Like, what are you looking to do this year for the business?
I'd really like to connect with an SEO company. So I'm not the guy who's doing this. I'm a finance guy. I'm a numbers guy. I'm an operations guy. I'm not a marketing guy. I'm too black and white. I'd be a great accountant, but I'm not a creative marketing advertising guy. And I'm certainly not an internet SEO expert. So I'd really like somebody who would say, Steve, we'll come in and we'll do SEO for you. We'll do internet marketing, and we'll take a third. How's that? Any sales that we generate, we'll take a third. I'd be more than happy to do that. No company's interested in that, but I'm going to try to find somebody who can actually do that, because paying somebody $5,000 a month and they just don't deliver, it's frustrating as hell, and it's not very lucrative. So that's my primary focus, and then understanding and probably getting on TikTok Shop and seeing if we can generate some sales based on our membership base.
So yeah, I mean, I guess like in terms of growth, right? I mean, even without mentioning like a specific revenue number, like percentage wise, like how much do you want to grow from 23 to 24 to really make this year successful for you?
I'd like to grow probably at least 30 to 40% this year. And I think
sure.
that's going to be a function of, again, finding additional help and skills and skill sets that I'm not familiar with, and then probably doubling down on my efforts. Again, more videos, more content, more information. And we're all very prompt at replying to customers, answering questions. So our customer service level is off the charts. You got a question, we'll spend a half an hour on the phone with you, whether you buy from us or not. And I think hopefully that goodwill translates into additional sales and hopefully word of mouth. Because I think, the industry itself is sort of saturated, and contrary to popular belief, it's kind of in a decline or a stability mode. It's not really growing by leaps and bounds the way people thought it would, whether it's THC or CBD. And I'm not sure if that's because of poor quality products, the market being saturated, politics, and potential legal limitations moving forward. It's always, up in the air.
For sure. So, in terms of your product specifically, 'cause I'm just curious, just more about that, right? Like, what separates you from your competition, in terms of with the product quality, product features? Like, why should somebody buy your products as opposed to anybody else's out there that's like in the market?
Another great question. You know, with CBD, CBD is an effective molecule. I don't like to call it a chemical, but everything's a chemical. But it's an effective molecule. People say it's effective, it's just not potent. So people need a large amount of CBD in the product they purchase, whether it's applied topically or whether it's taken orally. So you want to pay, you have to, you don't want to have to pay or overpay for weak product. So we offer very potent products at very affordable prices. You know, some of the products that we make, some companies don't even make potencies that high. And if they did, their prices are 5 to 6 times our prices. So again, you have to have a potent product and you have to be able to afford it on a regular basis. And when I look at some of the other companies out there that are charging 2 and 3 times for something that's 1/5 the potency or strength of our products, I feel upset that people are being taken advantage of. So that's what truly separates us from the competition. It's the potency of our products and the low price of our products.
For sure. So you mentioned obviously customer service for you is very important. So what is the use case at all, or like if at all, like of AI? Do you use it, for customer service or for copy, for the, marketing? Like where does AI play a role in your business, if at all?
I've taken a look at AI. Maybe I'm not asking it the right questions, or I'm not really sure what platform to use. But our customer service is basically you call us, the owner picks up the phone and answers your questions. You call, I pick up. You got a question, that's it. We have handwritten notes, thank you notes, and everything is done sort of rudimentary. It's sort of archaic, but there's a lot of people who still like that personal touch, the handwritten note. Again, we get calls and I answer the phone and the guy's like, wow, I got a person. And I said, you not only got a person, you've got the owner. What can I do for you? And I think people really like that. Now, again, if we were fielding tens of thousands of calls, that wouldn't be a possibility. We'd have to implement some type of assistant or AI or something like that. But again, at this stage in the game, we just don't have that kind of volume where we're going to need some type of artificial intelligence. But it's probably coming.
For sure. So what would you say is like the one biggest piece of advice that you wished you knew before you started this business?
How difficult having an online presence would be, an online store would be. You hear stories about, oh, we're making 400,000 or 500,000 a month. We're making this, we're making that. It is very difficult now that the internet is saturated with just websites, not even CBD or THC websites, just websites and information in general. So are people actually looking at products, or they're just worrying about their own posts on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok? Are they actually looking at Google and searching for products, or do they go directly to Amazon? So it's the challenge of having a online store and figuring out how to market that, because it's not as easy as all the gurus say it is. It's very difficult, and it's probably getting more and more complex as the day goes by.
For sure. So if we're going to have this conversation again in 1 year from now, where do you see things going for your business?
I'd probably like to expand into one or two other products. Again, we haven't been asked for products that we don't carry because we don't carry anything obscure. Everything we carry is based around CBD or THC. I tell people, if you want, melatonin, go to Walmart and buy melatonin for $5. We're not going to put it in our CBD products and say it's a sleep product. We're going to give you lots of CBD and give it to you at a fair price. But I'd like to expand the product base by one or two products and again, possibly bring in some type of advertising marketing company that can actually make an impact on our bottom line.
For sure. So if somebody watching this wanted to reach out to you, do you mind sharing your website or social media? I guess best ways to get in contact with you.
Absolutely. Probably the best way is you can call us on our 800 number, which is 844-944-4223. You even call me directly on my cell phone, 727-365-6612. When it rings, I answer it. Our website is cbdbotanicaltherapy.com. You can also contact us through the website, either through a phone call or an email.
Awesome. Well, Steve, we're rooting for you guys to have a very successful 2024. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Dan. I really appreciate being on your podcast.
Likewise. Thanks. All right. Bye.
Take care.